Batman Forever was the summer blockbuster of 1995. As a kid, I loved it, but now it's simply labeled as that Batman movie that wasn't as bad as Batman and Robin, but still pretty bad. Perhaps it was Val Kilmer's overall performance, the Riddler and Two-Face both acting like the Joker the entire movie, or was it the complete disconnect from its successful predecessor, Batman Returns? The same lackluster feeling cannot be had for the toys released by Kenner under Hasbro at that time. It was a great line with lots of figures and vehicles to collect, but what sets this line apart from all other Batman lines is, of course, the subject of this video, the Batman Forever Batcave. Absolutely unnecessarily massive. Admittedly, I'm not a Kenner Batman authority by any means, but this has to be one of, if not the biggest Batman playsets of all time. It's also pretty rare to find complete or near complete, and that makes sense as I can't imagine too many parents casually picking this up for their kid back in '95. The box measures at 31 by 18, so that's pretty intimidating. Even today, I think it's difficult to find the right collector for it since it's pretty expensive and it takes up an incredible amount of shelf space. I imagine it would just end up on the floor in most people's display areas. With all that said, let's give this a thorough walkthrough and maybe it'll entice some collectors to seek this out or stay further away. Working from the lower level up, we'll start with the Batmobile platform. And let me tell you about the Batmobile platform. The Batmobile platform is the weakest portion of this playset, easily. It has one job, and that's to allow the Batmobile to drive onto it and drive off of it. Understandably, this set didn't include the Batmobile, and the only one I had on hand was one from the animated series. Look, the ramp's too steep, so it bottoms out. Trying to be fair to this playset, I had to drop a good chunk of change on a complete Batman Forever Batmobile. By the way, design-wise, this is regarded as one of the worst Batmobiles among Batman fans, so naturally I was super thrilled to spend money on it. Not only that, but the Batman figure I bought doesn't fit in it. Are you kidding me? This figure's top left corner on every card back, so I assumed this was the standard Batman figure for this line. I specifically picked this figure out to put in this vehicle, but since you can't remove his cape, he just doesn't fit all the way. Unacceptable. Guess we have to put Chris O'Donnell in it. Even after purchasing the correct vehicle, it still bottoms out on this ramp. Just wonderful. The platform is able to be raised and lowered with a pull of a lever, and then it can spin, so that's at least somewhat satisfying. Connected by a graded staircase is the second level, which is essentially one large trap for villain figures. I haven't found this to be based on anything from the movie, so this is a Kenner original concept. In the movie, the bad guys gain access to Wayne Manor, as well as the Batcave, so I guess this was a way for kids to imaginatively combat those events. Walk a figure along what appears to be a bridge, and they'll soon find themselves encased in a Venus flytrap style prison. Pretty neat. There's also a somewhat sadistic holding cell for figures on this level as well. Do not stand on product is the reading material figures were given to pass the time when they were imprisoned. The third level you would think steals the show, but it's slightly underwhelming. You've got standard Batman stuff we've seen before, like computer monitors with stickers of enemies plastered on the screens, and also a chair for Batman. Oh wait, I mean Chris O'Donnell again. If anyone wants me to go easy on this figure versus environment issue, and you're telling me to buy the correct figure, just stop. There was no way to know what figure would have worked for this stuff back in the day before you bought it. The one figure people now say to use is the Deluxe Attack Wing Batman. Seriously? I think the word deluxe is a few steps away from a small playset, and not only that, but this figure wasn't even released in the first wave of figures. Completely unacceptable to make that figure the one you need to interact with all this stuff. Anyway, one of the more notable features on this playset is the elevator, which I like more in theory. Place a Bruce Wayne figure on the bottom platform, don't have one by the way, so yet again Chris will assist us, and place a Batman figure on the top platform. This presents the illusion of Bruce Wayne changing into Batman. It might be because of how old the plastic is, but this feels so clunky. The elevator just doesn't want to move the way it's supposed to without sticking. I just feel like I'll break it if I'm not careful. There's also a grappling hook / zip line thing that I quite like, and it leads to a missile turret. Something else to note is this large spire. I thought this was just for the sake of appearance and height, but it serves as a nice function as well. Apparently, if you had the Batwing, you'd be able to clip it on the back for docking. That's really cool. I only discovered this because I saw those resting holes in the floor and I thought I was missing pieces. Overall, this playset is big just to be big. There were definitely ways to reduce its size, but they probably just wanted it large for the sake of it being massive. If you have the space in your collection, you might be enticed to seek this out, but I'm sure there's still a ton of Batman fans that will continue to pass on this. I'd love to know if anyone had this back in the day, or still has it, and what your experiences have been. In summation, this playset can best be described in the words of Jim Carrey's Riddler, "Spank me." If you like this vintage toy review, please consider subscribing to the channel, and also be sure to check out our podcast. Just search Toy Talk Guys in your podcast app of choice, or click one of our links in the video description below. Thanks for watching.